Gold prices have hit a record high this week, right around $2,100 an ounce. Now, Glint is a gold-based global payments solution. It was invented to liberate everyone from our current monetary system and offers an alternative to fiat currency. So with me is Jason Cozens, the CEO of Glint. Great to talk to you again. I've been thinking about you this week as I've been watching gold prices climb and climb and climb. So what do you think's behind this increase in gold?
Well, it's the things that are behind the increase in gold are the reasons why we created Glint in the first place. You know, people, economies, and currencies are all facing major pressures. Of course, inflation has been staggering. I mean, the purchasing power of the average American has been eroded by over 20% over the last 3 years. I mean, it's absolutely staggering. I mean, the US dollar has lost, I think, since I was born, it's lost nearly 90% of its purchasing power. And yet gold, of course, has retained its purchasing power. It still buys you what it did 2,000 years ago, never mind 50. In my lifetime, the purchasing power of gold, although it goes up and down as confidence in these fiat currencies goes up and down and generally down, the purchasing power of gold in my lifetime has gone up over 500%. So we've seen already this year that the gold price has gone up 14%, and that recent spike of 7%, it would have been nearly 20%. Up this year if that spike hadn't retracted, and the retraction probably was down to automated trading systems all kicking in. So yeah, the gold is reacting to all the problems that are in the world. Apart from inflation, we've got bank risks, mark to market. All these banks, all the investments they've made with your money are now undervalued. They've been buying treasury bonds that are not worth the money they paid for them a year ago. So apart from being highly, leveraged effectively, and the fractional reserve status of these banks means that your money is not in the bank. There's a lot of concerns around the banking system. We saw obviously a bit of a mini crisis break out there earlier in the year with Silicon Valley Bank, but those problems haven't gone away. So I think gold's reflecting that. Generally speaking, there's problems throughout the whole financial system. We've got concerns around central banking digital currencies, and I think one of the biggest threats to civil liberties we've ever come across. We've got trade disputes with other countries, which of course is going to play into inflationary pressures. I don't think the inflation story is over by any means. We've got geopolitical conflict, of course, across the world, which is, in quite significant ways. And the reserve currency status of the US dollar itself is being questioned now as other currencies are being used to buy oil. And of course, the huge amount of debt that the US is holding. I mean, $33 trillion not that long ago. Now I think nearly $34 trillion. That's equivalent of $100,000 of debt per American. So yeah, I think there's plenty of reasons why the gold price is going up. Or really, should I say, it's the purchasing power of the dollar that's going down. Gold hasn't changed. Gold is still the same as it was, as I said, 2,000 years ago. That's why it's a wonderful store of value. Yeah, what else can I say?
Well, let's talk about Glint, because you mentioned it was really created to address some of these issues that we've got, macroeconomic issues that we've got going on. How does Glint work? Explain how people can use it.
Yeah, Glint was set up back in 2000. Well, I had the idea for Glint in 2008 during the last global financial crisis. And for all the reasons we've just been talking about, plus things like the fact that the existing monetary system drives the wealth gap and things like that, I decided that it was really important to re-enable gold in electronic payments, and we do that with the Glint app you can download that onto your phone, and also we send you a MasterCard. So with the Glint app and the Glint MasterCard, you can buy gold in any amount. You can buy cents worth of gold. You can buy millions of dollars worth. It depends if you have the funds. You can save that. You can sell it. You can send it to other people outside of the banking system from one Glint account to another. And of course, you can spend it with the Glint card. So we're the first company in the world to enable gold as money, everyday money. So you can buy anything from a coffee to a holiday. You can spend it anywhere in the world where MasterCard's accepted. So yeah.
To use it just like a card, except you're
Yeah.
paying in gold instead of fiat currency.
Yeah, we're building a gold-based financial services ecosystem, and you can use gold now as money, as any other form of money in the world, except, as we know, it tends to hold its value over time, and it's not subject to the same risks that fiat currencies have inside banks.
Yeah. Now, there are some state leaders who agree with you in terms of the importance of gold and its relationship to the economic system. And they're looking at using gold as legal tender. So explain what you know about that. What does that mean for gold?
This is really fascinating, really fascinating. So the US Constitution, you might not know, but Article 1, Section 10 says that no state shall make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law impairing the obligation of contract, or grant any title of nobility. Effectively, the Constitution says that any state may make or receive payments in gold or silver, and these states believe that their citizens should have some choice, not just the US dollar. They should be able to use gold as money as well. So, as far as I know, 18 states are currently working to enable gold as legal tender in their states, and I think actually anyone will be able to open an account when this is all passed. In fact, we first heard about it because of proceedings in the Texas Senate reference Glint Pay's platform, because of course they said once you pass these legal tender laws, they need a transactional gold platform for this to all run on, and I think Glint is the only viable transactional gold platform operational in the US at the moment. So we're really excited about it. I think that actually, as of this week, Florida legislation was filed. I hear that Utah and Texas are competing with Florida to be one of the first states to pass their gold legal tender laws. And there's lots of others: Iowa, Alaska, Oklahoma, Missouri, West Virginia, New Hampshire, Arizona, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Kansas, Alabama, Arkansas, North Carolina, Ohio. They're all either working on legislation or considering legislation to make gold legal tender, which means that you won't be paying capital gains tax on it. You'll be able to use it as money. And if they're using Glint's platform, literally, you'll be able to use gold as money alongside the US dollar. It's quite an innovation and quite a move forward.
Wow, that's going to be fascinating to watch. I mean, not only is it just interesting for the economy in general, but it could potentially be a huge business for you. So
massive opportunity for Glint. You know, this is the type of thing that we set the business up for, and it's so exciting that this type of initiative is being led by these very forward-thinking states.
Yeah. Okay. We will definitely keep an eye on that. Jason, great to see you again. Thanks so much for the update.
Thank you. Thank you.